This is the outside of the Lunar Roadstar EB. If I firstly just open the driver's side door, you'll see we have a flap just here to top up the AdBlue. It will display on the dashboard when AdBlue needs to be topped up. Fresh water into the motorhome just here. Pop a hose pipe in to fill up the fresh water tank. This cap can also be locked. Mains hookup connection just here. Just remember that when removing the hookup cable, to push down on the blue lever just here to release it. Thetford toilet cassette just here. Lift up on the lever and pull towards you. Before use, remove the grey cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when pouring it away, to hold the button in just here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a nice, quick and easy way of giving the cassette a good clean. If you do need to gain full access inside the cassette, you'll see at the moment this arrow is pointed to the locked point. If we twisted this whole section here so the arrow was here, it would then come out. All of these are now on wheels with extendable handles. If I now drop underneath, you'll see that we have the fresh water drain just here. So just turn the tap to drain it down. There is a clip just up here to hold this in place. Flue for the Truma boiler just here. No covers or anything that need to be removed for these particular ones. Just make sure nothing's obstructing it. Access to the garage. You'll see we have the jack and wheel brace towing eye just there. Reverse sensors and camera, and then we have the Fiamma bike rack. Just pull towards you to drop, pop your bikes on the rails, and then these straps through the wheels, and then attach the bars to the framework. Access to the garage on the other side. We can see that we can stow the dinette table in here. Gas locker just here, so there's room in here for 2 gas bottles. You'll see that we have the regulator just here, and this is a Truma Duo control regulator, so we can literally have 2 hoses coming off, both supplying each bottle, and then to swap between them you can just literally just turn here. This motorhome runs a crash valve as well, so here is the crash valve. So if something was to happen and any of the gas piping inside the van was to be damaged, this section here will recognise the sudden drop in gas pressure and cut the gas off, making it safe. These can also sometimes be triggered if you go over a bump really violently, so if you're not getting gas into the van, just hold the button in here where my finger is for about 3-4 seconds to reset it. You'll see that you also need to run crash safe pigtails as well. So they look like this, very similar to what I'm running on my demonstrator bottle at the moment, apart from we have the crash valve just here. So what we do, screw this into the propane bottle and tighten with a gas spanner. Once we turn the gas on, we then just need to hold this button in for about 3-4 seconds to allow the gas into the van. And again, if anything was to happen to this hose and it got severed, this valve here would recognise a sudden drop in gas pressure and cut the gas off just here. We then have both vents for the Dometic fridge. You'll see that this motorhome is supplied with winter covers. You'll see that I have one on at the moment, and they just slot on like this, and then with a flat-headed screwdriver just turn to lock them into place, and then do exactly the same for the lower one. And then in cold climate, the fridge is then only venting from the lower 2 points, thus making it hold heat in and run efficiently. Obviously in warmer climate, make sure they're all removed, because the fridge will overheat and not run. And then again, make sure nothing's obstructing them and try to avoid spraying too much water at them when washing. We then have the barbecue point just here. Attach the hose to the barbecue to the adapter, which is basically a little brass spear about this long. Make sure that it's secured to the barbecue with a Jubilee clip. To use, pop it in where my finger is just here, and it will lock into place, and it will then allow you to turn the gas on and off. To remove it, push on the collar and it will then release. Just here we have the grey water drain, so it's just a matter of turning this one just here to open and close it. So at the moment it's in the open position, and then just close. The step operates just here. This will automatically put itself away as well when the engine is started. Diesel filled on this side. Cap unlocks on by just turning. And then we have bonnet release just here. Roll out canopy just here. To roll it out, just pop the winding handle just in at this point here, and then just turn it. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy out a short distance. I always do this first and then drop the legs, so there's not so much stress on the awning itself. These particular legs are sprung loaded, so just push in and then drop, and then drop the leg to the height that you require, and then lock the grey lever in place, and then do exactly the same again with the other leg, and then continue to wind the awning out as far as you want. It does come with a rafter pole, so a centre pole which attaches here and then up there. It's not my favourite rafter pole, to be fair. I always say if you do actually need that one, it's probably too windy and the awning should be away anyway.